What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, do me a real quick favor. See that red subscribe button down below? Go ahead and push that and show your support for the channel. For those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. I'm glad you came see me. So I actually have quite a few that could have fell into this top 10. So I just went with my 10 favorite. So what we have here is my top 10 longest lasting fragrances in my collection. And when I say longest lasting, 12-hour minimum, 12 hours and beyond. Now, some of this, you'll see these and say, hey, mine doesn't go that long. Might be a different batch. Maybe it doesn't work with your skin chemistry. This is on my skin with the bottles and batches that I have. 12 hours or better, and I'll explain what I get from each one. And from 10 to 1 is going to be longer and longer lasting. So look at it that way. It's from 12 hours all the way to it's still on me the next day, even after a shower. So let's jump right into this top 10 longest lasting fragrances in my collection. And number 10 is probably gonna be one of those ones that surprise you guys, especially if you have a newer batch. It's from ARMAF. It's Club de NUIT Intense Man. That's right. This bad boy, I get every bit of 12 hours on my skin every single time I wear it. Even in the summer, I get about 10, 11 hours. But once it's not 100 degrees and it's 80 degrees or cooler, I get 12, 13 hours on my skin with this. I love this fragrance. I'm going to be very sad once it runs out because I'm about right here in my bottle. I've knocked about a third of the bottle out. I'm going to be very, very sad because it's a smoky batch. It's Smoky Magic. So good. It's a February 2018 batch, so I may have to go on a hunt to find another one of these if I can. Who knows? New batch might be just fine. I heard they're a lot more fruity. But number 10, ARMAF Club de NUIT Intense Man. 12 to 13 hours on my skin. And also, some of these in the list, there's multiples in the house that I get 12 hours or better. So I just picked my favorite and longest lasting of the bunch. So keep that in mind, because that goes right into here. Because most of the ones from this house go 12 hours or better. And it's from HAPPYLAND Studios. Homme for the holidays. HAPPYLAND Signature is going to give you every bit of 12 plus too. And it's super mega loud just like this is, but I like this one better than HAPPYLAND Signature. I just do. That maple absolute with the coffee is just, my God, it's just so damn good. And last time I wore it, I want to say it was 14 hours or so that I clocked it on my skin. It's outrageous the kind of performance you get, because everything EJ does is extrait to parfum. And this is no slouch, and this is no exception from the house. HAPPYLAND Homme for the Holidays is a powerhouse of a coffee fragrance. Super gourmand, super delicious, very, very good at getting you some compliments too. Number 8 spot. One that's relatively new to the collection, and I fell in love with it so much that I actually bought a backup bottle. It just came in. That'll be part of the final haul video for the year. So that'll be beginning next week. We'll do that video. But I know this is a reformulated batch, and I believe it's discontinued now as of September from what I'm hearing through the grapevine. But I still get 14 hours with this. I mean, I clocked it at 14 hours the other day till it became a real skin scent. And this is from DIOR. This is DIOR Homme Parfum. This fragrance is incredible. My God, I started with the richest, fullest, most daring of the DIOR Hommes. Oh my God. And I've smelled the other ones. I got samples of the other ones. I went ahead and ordered the other ones. But I love this one so much that I knew I better pull the trigger now while I can find bottles, which is very difficult for a kind of decent price. Get a backup bottle now, because in a few years, however long it takes me to go through this bottle, when I'm ready to get another one, I'm going to be so pissed off if I didn't get one when I could, because the prices will be astronomical however many years from now that is. I love this fragrance. It's got a chocolatey, leathery iris lipstick note up top. It's just, the accord is just so beautiful. You don't really get a lot of oud, but you can kind of tell it's faintly there in the background. It's so well done. It's a travesty, and it's appalling, and just think of all these different words on why it's not cool that they discontinued this one, if it is indeed discontinued, because it's incredible. DIOR Homme Parfum is one of my favorite fragrances now, and I just got it. But it's a monster on my skin at 14 hours, and it's at the number 8 spot. Number 7, Another one relatively new to the collection. I thought when I bought it, you know, I'll get 8 or 10 hours and that'll be good. I mean, you get 8 or 10 hours on a fragrance, that's great. 16 hours is what I got on my skin with this. It's incredible. It still blows my mind. Even at the 10-hour mark, it was just still pushing and radiating off my skin. I don't know if it's my oily skin, my skin chemistry, or what, because it's going to shock some of you people when you see this. It's DIOR Eau Sauvage Parfum, the 2017. Yeah, my favorite vetiver fragrance too. Because those of you that have been watching the channel for a while or know me personally know I'm not a big fan of vetiver. This one's blended to perfection. This was my very first DIOR fragrance because I just started diving into the DIOR house. I've had samples of Sauvage and all that, blah, blah, blah. But this was a blind buy. This was a risky blind buy too because I don't like vetiver. It was one of the best blind buys I've made. I love this fragrance. It's incredible. DIOR Homme Parfum was a blind buy too. I get risky with my blind buys. I'll take a leap of faith, and because I can find the good in just about anything. And I'll tell you what, these are incredible, phenomenal. These are my 2 best blind buys of the year, for sure, if not ever. But back to the performance, 15 to 16 hours. I want to say it was 16 hours was what I clocked it at before it became a skin scent. Now, some of you are shocked right now hearing me say that. I'm telling you, if we could hang out in person, I could spray it on in the morning, we could spend the day together, you'd understand because you'd be able to witness firsthand the kind of performance that I get with this fragrance on my skin. It's mind-boggling to me even now, and I've worn it twice, and I got that both times. If you haven't tried it, they sell out as soon as they restock them. It's been testers that restock on FragranceNet and Fragrance X. When you see it, if you like vetiver, give it a go. It's so smooth, it's so rich, it's so well blended. I've smelled the cologne, I've tested the cologne. I'm gonna get that in the spring. I haven't smelled the original, and I haven't smelled the extreme, but I'll tell you what, the Parfum is phenomenal. And it's at the number 7 spot. Number 6, one that may not surprise you. I get fantastic performance on this one, 16 hours every time I wear it. It's very loud, it creates a gigantic scent bubble on me. I'm actually going to be wearing it in a couple of days. I believe it's going to go into the rotation. It's from Giorgio Armani. It's Armani code Profumo. I love this fragrance. It's chocolatey leather. Chocolatey, powdery leather. And it's just compliment magnet. I think it smells incredible. Apparently others around me think it smells great coming off my skin. And it's a performance beast. I've talked about it many times on this channel, especially early in the channel. Nothing new to really touch on it other than it fits right into this list because it's astronomical performance. It's, you know, almost day and a half, 3/4 of a day of performance is what I'm getting with this one. It's insane. If you haven't tried it, you absolutely should try it, in my opinion, because I think this is a great fragrance. And it's a beast that's a compliment magnet. Why wouldn't you want to try it? And then now, moving into number 5, this is another one of those that there's multiples from this house that could have went on this list. So I just picked my favorite. That's the longest lasting. Most recent wearing was 2 days ago for Christmas Day, and I got 5 compliments from my family because for as powerful as this one is, it just smelled, the aroma that comes off of your skin is just incredible, and I've yet to meet someone that doesn't like it. It's MANCERA Red Tobacco. I 3-sprayed this fragrance. It went freaking almost into the next day. I sprayed it on at like 7:30 in the morning. I took my shower at like 9:30, 10 o'clock that night. It was still radiating off my skin well. I got a compliment at like the 12, 13 hour mark. Somebody, I think it was my mom, was walking behind me. She said, "Oh God, I still smell you." I don't know if everybody else gets this kind of performance, but I'll tell you what, oily TLTG, I get crazy performance on some of these fragrances. And MANCERA Red Tobacco is no slouch for me. And it's another one that just happens to be a compliment magnet. I absolutely love this fragrance. I'm so glad to have it. And I hope they have it for years and years and years because it'll last me a really long time, but eventually I'll want to get another bottle because this is a must-have in my opinion. And it's just phenomenal. MANCERA Red Tobacco. Then moving into number 4. I've seen some people in my group recently that have gotten their hands on this bottle, a newer bottle, and they're saying they're not getting this kind of performance. And I do. I've had this bottle for a while. I seldomly wear it. I don't wear it that often because it's a certain circumstance and instance for me to wear something this heavily masculine and raw and animalic and powerful. So it's not often, and when I do wear it, I only wear 2 sprays because it's that powerful and that long lasting. This is one of those fragrances that goes into the next day for me. This is 16 plus hours. This is Bentley for Men Intense. So I haven't put much of a dent in there. That's just a few, you know, I've worn it maybe 4 times, 5 times. 2 sprays every time. It's incredibly raw and masculine, and it's a boss type scent, and it's boozy, and it's a raw leather, and it's heavy woody, and it's real smoky, and it's all these wonderful things. And it's a monster coming off my skin. It really is. It's insane the kind of performance I get off of Bentley for Men Intense. I do get similar performance with the original. I actually do prefer the original, but when it comes to performance, this one outshines the original. The other one is just more wearable. It's not as animalic and smoky. It's more rum boozy and spicy and a little, not really toned down, but compared to this one, it's kind of toned down. But for those of you that have a newer bottle and seem to not get that kind of performance, I apologize. That just means reformulation, and I'm sorry. Nothing I can do to control it. I have no say in anything that happens with their fragrances, obviously. But I'll tell you what, the bottle I have, it just makes me cherish it more, hearing that the newer ones aren't performing like that, because this one is a monster coming off my skin. Number 3, recent acquisition, only worn twice, and it's absurd. This is another 16-hour performer. Scent trail going on and on and on and on, and high compliment factor yet again, very warming. It's beautiful. It's my favorite from the house. This is another house that, you know, I get 12 plus on all of these, you know. They all could have went in there, but they don't beat Carlisle. Carlisle's the longest lasting of the group, and it's the best smelling of the group, no doubt. Not just to my nose, but to those around me when I wear it. Carlisle is astonishing. It's beautiful. It's warm. It's seductive. It's gourmand. It's sweet. It's spicy. Got a little hint of powder with a little floral action going on with it. It's just, man, I don't know what else I could say that I haven't already said about Carlisle other than it's a monster. It goes forever and ever and ever. It's got really, it's not beast mode projection. It doesn't fill a room, but it goes beyond arm's length for a few hours, arm's length for a few more, strong scent trail for hours and hours and hours. It seems like it never wants to die down and go away. If you haven't tried Carlisle, I strongly suggest you do, because it's definitely one of my favorite fragrances and performs, once again, like a monster coming off of my skin. And number 2, one that I know Russell gets a rise out of every time I bring this fragrance up, because I mention James and Russell from Outlaw Frags every time I talk about this fragrance, because I have dubbed it the Outlaw Special, because I got around the time Matt from Georgia Gents sent me this bottle was around the time they really started talking about it a lot more. So I relate it to James and Russell. So James and Russell, this is for you guys. It's 1821 Sweet Tobacco Spirits. This is a beast. I love this fragrance. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. It's so full. It's so thick. It's so rich. The honey, it's a honey bomb with this beautiful red wine accord with the tobacco. My God. And you can 2 or 3, I mean, I 3 spray it. When it comes to these mega heavy ones, 2 sprays or 3 sprays, depending on how good the scent is. Like Bentley for Men Intense, 2 sprays, because not necessarily everybody's going to like that. I can 3 spray 1821 Man-Made, because it pulls some compliments. But 3 sprays, 1 on my chest, it's radiating in my face all day, and then 1 on each side of my neck. You're good. It goes and goes and goes. Those of you that have a bottle, have a sample, have a decant, you totally understand where I'm coming from. This is one that, if I was to go to the camp, let's say I was to go to the camp where, you know, showers aren't that readily available. You might spend the weekend where you got to bathe in the bayou. I'm South Louisiana. Those of you from the area understand what I'm talking about going to the camp. You can spray this one on that Friday morning, and let's say the situation arose where the power went out at the camp or something like that, water's down, blah, 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 you can't shower, you're going on into Sunday when you leave, it's probably still there. It's outrageous how long this thing lasts. It's a parfum concentrate, extrait to parfum concentration, and it's mind-blowing. The aroma and the power. If you haven't got your hands on it, you need to. I believe you can get them online in that $55 to $65 range. Retail on them is $80, so it's not outrageous to begin with. Not cheap, but not outrageous. But you are getting more bang for your buck with this one for sure, because this one smells and performs like that of a $200 fragrance. No joke, no lie. Try it out, 1821 man-made. It's a monster for sure. So if that's number 2, what in the world could be number 1? Those of you that have been around my channel from the start, you know what number 1 is. It's what I've dubbed the Brillo Pad fragrance. This fragrance will go every bit of 24 hours. I cannot scrub this off my skin to save my life. That's why I call it a Brillo Pad fragrance, because you damn near need one to scrub it off your skin. It's from Mercedes-Benz. It's Mercedes-Benz Club. Not everybody's favorite, I understand that, but it's my wife's favorite. My wife loves this fragrance. I wore it recently for her, and she loves it. You know, it's out of all the fragrances I have, out of everything you see right here even, she likes this the most. She loves the aroma with the rhubarb and the freshness. But the thing is, you spray it on your shirt, it's there after you wash it. It's still there. It's on, no matter how much you scrub. I scrub my chest and my neck, it won't come off. It's still there. It's got to run its course. This is a 2-day fragrance. This is 18 plus hours. 18 to 24 is what I've clocked with this fragrance. It's outrageous. Now, it's polarizing. It's not for everybody. I've had people tell me it gives them a headache because they went off of my recommendation, because I don't recommend everybody buy this. I say, if you want to go out on a limb and try something different, my wife loves this one on me, maybe you'll have similar results. Some people have had great success with it. Some people regret the purchase. That's why I'll never suggest somebody go out and buy this one, because this is one that I don't know how you're going to sample it unless you get one off of eBay or something. But I have great success with it because it's my wife's favorite fragrance. And it's got astronomical, ridiculous, overwhelming, unnecessary performance. It's loud. It fills a room, and it goes for 2 days. This is on into the next day for sure. So wear with caution if you go get your hands on Mercedes-Benz Club. But I will say, if your wife's anything like mine, she'll love it. So there you have it. The 10 best performing fragrances in my collection. Top 10 longest lasting fragrances in terms of longevity. Well, there's others that could have made it in, like MANCERA the Oud, MANCERA Oud Blue Notes, Parfums de Marly Cologne could have made it, Parfums de Marly Pegasus. I mean, I got several other HAPPYLAND fragrances that could have made this list. So I just narrowed it down to my favorites and the ones that I'm kind of in love with at the moment. So until next time, guys, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. What's some ridiculous monstrosities and longevity on your skin? Do you have similar success with some of these? Is there others that you have that I don't, or ones that I just did not mention that go forever and ever on your skin? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on some of these and you give them a spray now, there's no doubt in my mind that you'll thank me later. Have a good day, guys.